What's up, Suplex Rumble family? Before we dive into today's massive story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell because you do not want to miss what happens next in the wrestling world. Imagine this, the tribal chief. The greatest of all time. Two legends. One room. One explosive reunion that nobody saw coming. John Cena has officially hung up his boots, but the WWE universe is buzzing because the franchise player just walked back into WWE headquarters for his first official meeting since retirement, and guess who was waiting for him? Roman Reigns. Today, we're breaking down everything about this legendary reunion, what it means for WWE's future, the history between these two icons, and the shocking possibilities that could change everything. Let's get into it. Alright, Rumble crew, let's set the scene. John Cena's retirement tour concluded in spectacular fashion. 16-time world champion, Hollywood superstar, philanthropic legend. The man who told us we can't see him for over 2 decades finally took his final bow in the squared circle. But here's the thing about John Cena, he's never truly gone from WWE. This company is in his blood, it's his legacy, and his connection to this business runs deeper than any championship reign. So when reports started surfacing that Cena was scheduled for his first official meeting at WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, the wrestling world immediately went into speculation mode. Was he taking a corporate role? Becoming an ambassador? Starting a new chapter behind the scenes? But nobody, and I mean nobody, expected what happened next. As Cena walked through those doors, sources tell us that Roman Reigns was already there. Not by coincidence. Not by accident. The tribal chief specifically arranged to be present for this meeting. Now, think about the significance of that for a moment. Roman Reigns, the man who has dominated WWE for over 1,300 days as undisputed champion, the head of the table, the absolute final boss of professional wrestling, made it a point to be there when John Cena arrived. These two men have shared the ring in some of the most memorable matches in WWE history. They've had wars. They've had mutual respect. They've had controversy. And now, in Cena's new chapter, they're face to face once again, but this time, everything is different. Before we go any further, let's rewind the clock and talk about the incredible history between these two legends, because you cannot understand the magnitude of this reunion without knowing the journey. Cast your minds back to 2012. Roman Reigns was a member of The Shield, the dominant faction that burst onto the scene and changed WWE forever. John Cena was at the absolute peak of his powers, the face of the company, the poster boy, the man who carried WWE on his shoulders through some of its most challenging years. Their paths crossed early, and even then, you could see something special. The intensity, the chemistry, the understanding that these two men were cut from the same cloth, even if their paths were completely different. Fast forward to WrestleMania 33, no, wait, I'm talking about their encounters throughout 2017 and 2018. These weren't just matches, folks. These were statements. John Cena, the established icon, passing the torch, or trying to pass the torch, to Roman Reigns, the chosen one, the next big thing. But here's what made it complex: the WWE universe was divided. Cena had earned his respect through years of hustle, loyalty, and respect. Roman was being positioned as the heir apparent, but the fans weren't unanimously on board yet. The promos between these two were fire. Cena, with his quick wit and ability to cut to the bone. Roman, learning to find his voice and clap back with equal intensity. They pushed each other. They elevated each other. They created moments that we still talk about today. And then something beautiful happened. Roman Reigns evolved. The tribal chief emerged. He embraced everything that makes him special: the family legacy, the Samoan heritage, the undeniable aura of a true champion. He became what many consider the greatest version of any WWE superstar we've ever seen. Meanwhile, Cena pursued Hollywood, returned for special appearances, and continued to prove why he's the GOAT. These two men went from rivals to mutual respect, acknowledging each other's greatness in interviews, praising each other's contributions to the business. But they haven't shared a meaningful moment together in years. Until now. So what actually went down in this meeting? Well, WWE is keeping most details close to the vest, typical WWE, right? But we've gathered some fascinating information from multiple sources close to the situation. First off, this wasn't a quick handshake and photo op. According to reports, Cena and Reigns spent over 2 hours in discussion. 2 hours. These aren't just casual catch UPS. This is meaningful conversation between two men who understand the wrestling business at the highest level. Paul Heyman was reportedly present for portions of the meeting. Now that's interesting. The Wiseman, the special counsel to the tribal chief, one of the greatest minds in wrestling history, his presence suggests this wasn't just a social call. Here's what we believe was discussed, based on patterns we've seen in WWE and comments from people in the industry. Number 1, Cena's legacy and his ongoing role with WWE. Even in retirement, John Cena is WWE. His brand power, his mainstream recognition, his ability to draw eyes to the product, that doesn't just disappear. WWE wants to keep him involved, and this meeting was about defining what that looks like. Number 2, mentorship and the next generation. Both Cena and Reigns have talked extensively about giving back to the business. With Cena stepping back from active competition, there's an opportunity for him to shape the future from behind the scenes. And who better to collaborate with on that mission than Roman Reigns, who's actively carrying the company as a performer. Number 3, WrestleMania season is coming. Always, WrestleMania is part of the conversation at WWE headquarters during this time of year. While Cena is retired from full-time competition, could there be a role for him at the biggest show of the year? Could there be a moment between him and Reigns that gives fans one last memory? And here's the kicker, multiple sources indicate that the meeting ended with both men smiling, embracing, and expressing genuine excitement about what's coming next. That's not corporate speak. That's not forced positivity. That's two legends who clearly have something brewing. Thumbnail ideas: split image of Roman Reigns and John Cena with text "The Reunion" in bold background music. Use royalty-free, energetic wrestling-style music throughout graphics. Insert WWE-style graphics, original, not copyrighted, showing career statistics, match history, B-roll suggestions, training footage, generic wrestling ring shots, WWE headquarters exterior, stock footage, pacing, very vocal energy throughout to maintain engagement. SEO keywords: Roman Reigns, John Cena, WWE retirement, Tribal Chief, Wrestling News, WWE 2024, WrestleMania.